Hey guys, it is Sunday evening here in the Philippines, so it is time for us to do our weekend showcase video. And as promised, we are taking a look at almost every single wide-body GTR released by Mini GT. The reason I emphasize on that almost is I'm lacking a couple of exclusives, like venue, like company exclusives. Three being Toys R Us Japan exclusives. I'm missing the three Liberty Walk GTRs from Japan Toys R Us. And I'm missing the Shell Hong Kong. But actually, I have the Shell Hong Kong in the mail. It's halfway to the Philippines. Just didn't quite make it here for this video. Plus, I'd like to do an individual unboxing video on it. So right now, what we have are the 51 that are pretty much readily available to the whole world, with a couple of like store country exclusives. But yeah, that's kind of what I mean by every single Mini GT wide body GTR to date, not including all the exclusive stuff, which isn't really many. There's a Pandem Toys R Us Japan. There is 3 Liberty Walk Toys R Us Japan. There is the Sinopec GTR, and then the Shell GTR. Besides that, everything else was readily available to the whole world. There are country exclusives, but they were sold at other hobby shops throughout the world. The Toys R Us, the Sinopec, and the Shell, they have exclusive rights to only be sold at those stores. So the only way you're going to get them outside of those countries or those special places, those stores, is to buy them on eBay or something like that. So anyways, I didn't lay these out in the car show format like I wanted to, because it's going to be too hard to remember which ones I showed you and which ones I haven't showed you. So that's why I left them in their brick rod displays and stacked them up so we can kind of do it in a uniform way. We're not going to take them out and do an individual spin around on them, because I've already done that in my unboxing videos and such. You guys can go back in my library of 300 and some videos and find which one you like. And if you can't find it, let me know and I'll give you a direct link for the video. So anyways, we're going to start from left and work our way to the right. So first off, we're going to take a look at the Pandems, and I will zoom in a little bit here, and that way we are a little closer to the car. So at the top you have the pink Pandem. It's kind of like a, I don't know, pastel lavender metallic pink. Really cool color. Love the Pandems. Love the wheels on these cars. The wheel choice that the Rocket Bunny Pandem uses, that they're great looking wheels. Even without the gold center, the charcoal gray center, the black centers, they all look great. So the Pandems pretty much were straightforward international releases, except for the Molotov Fighter, which was a Taiwan exclusive, and then the blue with the high wing, which was a Japan exclusive. So anyways, you had the high wing in that pastel pink. Then you have a dark blue with a ducktail, and the ducktail is in yellow. Then you have 2 variants of the Molotov. Then that is your high wing, which was a little easier to find. Still not simple to find, but easier. Then you have your ducktail, which is the guy with the gold wheels. Oh, gold-centered wheels, I should say. That one is tough to find. So that's number 98 and number 99. Underneath it is number 96. That is your Japan exclusive high wing variant. And then I will take one down off the top and show you guys. You've seen this the other day. We unboxed it together on Wednesday. This is your Japan Toys R Us exclusive variant of it. As you can see, the center of the wheels are blue, the roof is carbon, and the hood is carbon, as I pointed out in that video. That's the differences. What's very odd about this one comparing to the Toys R Us ones, or not the Toys R Us, but the Liberty Walk Toys R Us ones, they are different. They have those little signature differences, but they're a different number, and they have a different box and everything like that. This one this Toys R Us Pandem has a different box art, or different box picture, but the number is the same. They both share the number 96, which I thought was kind of odd, because all of the Toys R Us ones that do have a significant difference have a different number. The ones that are sharing the same like car, just in a different package, one, for example, being the one right next to it, the Advan. That comes in a Toys R Us exclusive package, clamshell too, but there's nothing different about the car. Same thing with your, I think it's number 49, satin silver ducktail. They did it with that one too. But the other ones though, like the red one with the red wheels, it has a carbon hood. The white one with the reddish, orangish looking wheels, that's the only difference, was the wheels. Actually, that car would be easy to clone. You just need to find the box. So then they had the Magic Purple, which had a carbon hood, and I think the lip of the rim was chrome or either Magic Purple, something like that. But anyways, that's the ironic thing about this one and the Toys R Us variant of it. Now moving down, you have the red with the high wing. Then you have the yellow with the ducktail, which was the last release of a Pandem kit from Mini GT. Then you have the yellow, I think it's like Cosmopolitan Yellow or something they call it, which is a really cool looking color in person. That is also the Pandem. So there are 9 Pandem ones, if you even include the Toys R Us exclusive. So there's not many of the Pandems out there. Then moving, we'll go upwards. The blue one here with the LBWK livery and the high wing. This is your version 2 body kit. As you can see, it has the version 3 wing, which is the rear mount, kind of like IndyCar style, I call it. That, I don't think there's anything special about that one. I don't think it's a country exclusive. It's just like your mainstream release. The Advan, however, I think it was a country exclusive for Japan, but I'm not 100% sure. They came in a couple of different packages. They even came sealed in the box. That's how I got mine. Then they came in the Japan TRU box, and then they came in a blister pack with this a black background with LBWK, I believe. So there may have been like an LBWK exclusive, a Japan Toys R Us exclusive, then your regular mainstream box release, but I think it was also Japan exclusive. Then moving up to the Martini with the typical, or I shouldn't say typical, the original version 1 kit with the version 1 high wing. So that one, I also don't think there's any significant release about it. I think it was a mainstream release. However, the one right above it, the satin gold with the ducktail version 2 style wing, this is the US exclusive, all satin gold. Then above it, it almost looks like a double, but it's not. There is a carbon hood on that one. That's number 40. That was number 30. That's number 40. The carbon hood is a Japan exclusive. Then, above him is your Silhouette Works kit. The GT R35 GT kit. And this one has no significant release to it. Now, these 3 right here, the police car, the Kumo graffiti, and the metallic purple. They all came in those larger size boxes. The police car is really cool because it came with the 2 little police lady figures, which I didn't bring them out to show you guys. But what's unique about these 3, these are the only limited edition GTRs from Mini GT that are like mainstream releases, and they're the only ones that I think were marked limited edition, and they actually have the limited production number marked on the box. The Christmas stuff usually does too, like the Bentley. I think the GT3 also had a limited production of like 9,999. The Land Rover 90 that's coming up for this Christmas also has a limited production of $99.99. Now these guys here, the purple and the Kumo graffiti, these 2 have a limited production of 5,000. The police car has a limited production of 3,500. So this, in my opinion, is one of the rarest ones to try to locate now. But all the other ones never had anything that signifies like how many were made. But I know some of them are a bitch to find. Like the pink breast cancer awareness one, the Wear It Pink, that took me forever to find. Now, the one right here below, the Kumo, that we're going to next, that is a Japan LBWK hobby store release. That is a really hard one to find too, number 75. Below it is your first country exclusive car. This was from the Hong Kong, I think it was a toy fair or something. It could have been a hobby shop. Don't quote me on that one. But it was number 7. Well, there's number 6, Ducktail. Number 7, High Wing. Ducktail was extremely hard to find. I had the opportunity to buy it when it was first released. I passed it up and then finally decided to collect all of them and ended up paying a fortune for it about 3 months ago. But still not as bad as eBay prices. So I was fortunate enough to get it for a reasonable rape price, I guess you could call it. So it wasn't like eBay rape price. So under these two are your Toy East exclusive Magic Bronzes. And they did the same thing with this. These are High Wing and Ducktail, number 32, number 33. And these were also released in that like Lego style acrylic display case, like number 6 and 7. Number 6 and 7 were the first ones to appear with that Lego style display case. There have been a few other cars, not a few, but maybe a couple. There's a Pagani in that case, and then there's also a McLaren in that case. Don't know like which one came first, this Magic Bronze or the McLaren or the Pagani, but the Magic Bronze is the second, I believe, of the GTRs. There's one other one, and it is right here. That guy there, the pink one, that's also a Hong Kong exclusive that came in that Lego style acrylic display case with the swinging back, I call it. Like it's like a swinging door. But anyways, back to here. Now we have a couple more Magic colors. Magic Purple, which is one of my favorite colors on these GTRs. Really cool in the right lighting, which I tried to show you guys that in my video. Then you have a collaboration with Tarmac and Mini GT, which is this guy here. They also have the Lamborghini Huracan with the silhouette kit that was released around the same time. There's another one that's out at the moment. I don't even know how they pronounce it. Shmee or something. It's SHMEE. This is their McLaren. I think it is in the recent blue that was just released a couple months ago with black wheels instead of the silver wheels. That one is out right now. That's the second collab with Tarmac with Mini GT. So then we already went over the police car. This here is for Intersport's 40th anniversary, and I think it is an Indonesian exclusive. And that is a very rare one, very hard to find. But actually for me, it was not so bad to find it because it was one of the first real hard ones that I picked up when I first started my endeavor to get every single wide body released. So you can find them, but they're not cheap. But luckily I did get one for a reasonable price. So the next couple are also country exclusives. The Candy Blue, that is a US exclusive. The Matte Black version 1 kit is also a US exclusive. The Matte Black Silhouette kit, this is a Hong Kong or China exclusive. Then you have the Black Gloss, not Silhouette kit, but the version 1 kit with the copper wheels, which looks really good. That's probably one of my favorite combos. That black with the gold rising sun and the copper wheels looks great. Then under it, you have your 2 John Player exclusives. And this is one that I picked for my top 5 for the first quarter because I love those 6-spokes. It was just cool to see a new wheel instead of those same Forgiatos that they usually use. That's why I like the copper wheel on this, because it's a little bit different. It's like a 5-hole, 5-oval, square hole, whatever you want to call it, style wheel. So it's much different than the typical Forgiatos. And then the 6-spoke came out on that John Player silhouette, which was really cool. Underneath it is the John Player with the more elaborate livery, and it's in the version 2 kit. And it also has a version 3 wing, which I think all the version 2 kits have version 3 wings. I think maybe some of them may have in combination with a ducktail, but I don't think so. I think that's only on the silhouettes and then your typical high wing. Like this guy here, the one with the copper wheels, it has a combination of version 1 wing and version 2 wing. So you'll see those sometimes, which is really cool looking. Then you have your red one here with the red wheels, which is another really cool looking combo. This has a counterpart TRU exclusive. It looks exactly the same, except the TRU is a different number, and it has a carbon hood. The one above it is your yellow Silhouette Works, and this is a US exclusive. Right above it is number 10, and that is your Malaysian exclusive, I believe. Then the number 46, which is kind of a little bit strange. This, I think, was a US exclusive. Although they did release it in another blister pack with the LBWK card in the package. And I think it was a Japan exclusive, LBWK exclusive. But what's weird is the car was built in Thailand at the at Infinite Motorsports, and the wrap icon, the wrap and everything, that's all at the same place in Thailand. So I kind of found that a little bit strange that it was a US exclusive and Japan exclusive and not a Thailand exclusive. Then above it is your Magic Gray. I believe it's number 39, I think. And I'm not sure, but I know it was a country exclusive, but I can't recall for who. Above it is your Magic Pearl. That is a Taiwan exclusive. Then above it is your Candy Brown, I think is what they call it. That one I know is a country exclusive, but I cannot remember for the life of me. Then we have another one that I will pull down here for you guys. This is your Sinopec exclusive. This is one that's kind of like the TRU exclusives. So I was lucky enough to find a seller in Hong Kong and picked one up for a reasonable price. Same person is sending me my Shell GTR and my Shell Land Rover. So I did find a connection in Hong Kong, which was cool because they're releasing these gas station exclusives, which are really neat looking. This is the only one from Sinopec that I thought was worthy of getting because it's very, very different than any other car. This car was made for Sinopec. Unlike the other three are regular release Mini GT vehicles with Sinopec stickers on like the bottom side of the spoiler that you can't even see. The Land Rover is the Camel Trophy winner, but without the British flag. But it's kind of unique because it was like a support vehicle. Like it supported the regular one that they raced, I believe, is the story behind it. So then, moving along to our next car, which we already did look at. That's your Wear It Pink Malaysian exclusive breast cancer awareness car that we just unboxed on Wednesday. Or Wednesday or Thursday, something like that. I will leave the link for that video here on the left so you guys can check it out again because you get a better look at this car, and it's really worth looking at because that's actually a two-tone pink paint job, which is really cool. Did not know that until I actually bought it and had it in my hands. So pretty cool to see that because none of the other cars have that with the paint where the flares are like different color and the body's a different color. So it's kind of a unique two-step like paint job on that car. Then below it is your Pink Pig, which I think it was just a mainstream release. And as you could see, caddy corner to it is another Pink Pig. I actually took the chase and installed the the whole base actually. The base, the interior, the wheels, and popped it on the regular body. I'm not a big fan of the raw stuff. That's why I didn't keep any of my chase cars. I don't mind it. I mean, it's unique and it looks cool, especially the painted wheels. I really dig that about the chase raws that Mini GT makes, but I just don't really care too much for the raw paint. So that's why I just stole the base and interior bucket off of mine and put on this and put the stock chassis on the chase, and now I have it up for trade. So anyways, not much of a chase collector anymore. So yeah, that kind of is contradicting to what my opening video states on my profile on YouTube here. I'm going to have to redo that someday soon. So underneath this pink Hong Kong release, which we already talked about, so I'm going to skip him, is the first GTR released by Mini GT in the trademark sky blue color that the owner of Liberty Walk favors so much. Kato Wataru or Wataru, his favorite color is this blue. It's on his Ken Mary. Then they have the Aventador, then they have the Huracan, the BMW with it. I have all of them, and they look killer sitting next to each other. But yeah, that was the first GTR released after they released their first two cars, which was the white Civic and the blue Civic. And all of them got postponed for a while because of paint issues, if you guys remember. I think they should have launched in 2017, like late 2017, if I remember right. But they got delayed for a few months to get things worked out with the factory. But underneath it almost looks like a double, like maybe a paint variant, but it's not. This is a Macau exclusive, I believe. And it's for a hobby shop, and I cannot remember the name of the hobby shop, but it is a Macau exclusive. Underneath is the satin silver, which looks like the ducktail of the Sinopec. And that's another reason I really dug the Sinopec, because it just looks like a high wing of the satin silver, which it kind of is. It does have different graphics, though. And as I mentioned, the Japan TRU does take that car and put it in a special package, but the car's the same. And then underneath it is the Philippine exclusive, actually. So that was made for Hobby Stock, our local hobby franchise where I get all of my mainstream release Mini GT stuff from. So which is like 85% of my Mini GT stuff comes from them. So hats off to them. Sometimes they get them first in the world. Right now we're a little bit behind on our Ducati and our SVJ Roadsters, which I'm kind of disappointed in. I wish I would get them here pretty soon, but hey, it will be here eventually. That's one thing I'm glad about with them. You can always count on them coming through. So then, going to our last roll. This is the second, excuse me guys, this is your second release of the GTR from Mini GT and the first appearance of the High Wing. This is your matte gray, which a lot of people favor, I guess because it has that fighter jet look to it or something like that. But yeah, that one was one that was a little hard for me to find. It's actually not that expensive when you do find it. It's just a little bit of an elusive car. I think everybody that has it likes it, but there's a lot of them out there. So you can find them, and here in Asia, they're not super expensive. They're like $15 when you do find them, but finding them is the problem. I'm having that issue with the yellow Lamborghini Urus also, is I cannot find it, but it's not that expensive, but just finding it is the problem. So anyways, moving along with our GTRs. You have your first appearance of the silhouette kit in white. I think that was the first time it appeared, was in this white. Then you have the LBWK variant above it with the high wing. It doesn't have that kind of like the TRD Toyota style wing, I call it, on the silhouette kit. As you can see, it kind of goes into the body, kind of like the TRD wing. This is a high wing, kind of like your version 1 kit with the version 2 wing. I'm pointing it up here. I forgot we were zoomed in. So anyways, that's the first time that wings appeared on the silhouette kit. And it's coming up a lot, actually, in the pre-orders that are coming up. I think there's 5 or 6 out there right now for pre-order, or that have already been past the pre-order point, and they will be getting released soon. Hopefully, as I said, it will be the next pink silhouette kit, which is also a breast cancer awareness vehicle. So, sorry again about that, guys. A little choked up from talking so much about these 54 GTRs. So anyways, we're on our home stretch here with the last three white ones. The white one in satin white with the red trimmed wheels. This is the only car that they make with red trimmed wheels. The only GTR. I'm not sure about the Civics. I'm not a Civic guy. I don't collect them. So I'm not sure. They may have something like that. But the only GTR with the red trimmed Forgiatos. And it's done in a satin white, which looks pretty good. Then you have, I think that was the third GTR ever released. The third main release car. I think actually the third release was the Hong Kong exclusive Zero Fighter, Ducktail, and High Wing. So anyways, but yeah, the first four that came out around the same time was your powder blue, baby blue, Ducktail, your matte gray, then your matte white, and then your Zero Fighters. Then you have this one that is a really kind of off, not really off-white, it's almost like a pinkish tinted white in a way. In certain lighting, that's kind of what it looks like to me. And that is on your version 2 kit with the version 3 wing, which, as I mentioned, I think all the version 2 kits carry that wing. So, those are all your white release GTRs there together. Like, straight white. There's some that are white with numbers and so forth. But that's it, guys. That's all of them. So, as I mentioned, there are 51 that are released to date right now, which we looked at all of them that are the international releases. Then you have the Sinopec exclusive Hong Kong that would only be sold at Sinopec. Then you have your Hong Kong Shell that is only sold at Shell, which I do have that on the way we'll look at in a week or two. Then you have 4 Toys R Us ones that are exclusive. One being that blue Pandem that shares the same number with the 96 Japan blue. Then you have your red LBWK, your white LBWK, and your magic purple LBWK. So I'm missing those 3 TRU ones, but maybe someday I'll get my hands on them. If not, no biggie. I'll just keep up with the main international releases, and if the new ones pop up and I can get them for $50 or less, hey, might as well pick them up, because if you don't, then within a few months they'll be at a price that you don't even want to think about. So it's best to get them while you can. So guys, I hope you enjoyed this, and we will be back next week for our premium unboxing, and we're going to step away from Mini GT for a little bit, and we're going to be taking a look at some M2 stuff, which I have not done for a while, and some Auto World stuff. And I think I even have a Kyosho GTR in there to throw in. So we'll take a look at that stuff next week, probably around Wednesday or Thursday. So enjoy the start to your new week. And I left that icon here from Wednesday's unboxing on the Toys R Us Pandem and the Malaysian Breast Cancer Awareness GTRs. And then I left an icon here on the right for you to subscribe if you have not done so yet. And please remember to give me a thumbs up and share the video, guys. I appreciate your support. Thanks for watching. See you next week.